February is Black History Month, but as new executive orders are issued to erase Black History Month, the youth in our community are standing up and making themselves heard that we will continue to celebrate Black joy, Black accomplishments, and most importantly, Black history. To celebrate Black History Month, we are highlighting two Black student leaders who are making a difference in our own community. Adji Ngom, leader of Onyx and Diversity Ambassadors, and Mkaela Riley, scheme assistant and a Diversity Ambassador member.
I personally think that since I was a freshman, I've seen clubs that use being a POC or use different people's experiences to have a safe space for that specific group of people. And I think, for example, Scheme, I first came in when I first joined in freshman year with my brother, and I think that it allowed me to have a space where I could talk about being in a PWI without having to worry about hurting certain people's feelings or having to worry about how that experience would be uncomfortable.
Being a diversity ambassador leader gives me the ability to see the students' perspectives on how they feel like diversity is prominent or not prominent in the school, and ways that we can make initiatives through EC and make bills to find ways to make sure diversity is more prominent in the school.
For a winter activity we had gingerbread making, and we talked about gentrification and how it affected like places like Harlem or the Bronx or Brooklyn.
Kayla also talked about a scheme event that discussed beauty standards by doing a sip and paint.
For me, being a diversity ambassador means being a voice for many students that feel the need to make changes regarding diversity in our school. And it also means having like events such as Saturday Summit and MLK Day as different events for us to showcase how crucial it is to hear about like conversations that we don't typically have on a normal day basis in different conversations of diversity.
To me, it means that you're not just talking about one simple demographic of the school. You're not just talking about only the Black students or only the Hispanic students or only one specific group of students at the master's school. You're speaking about everyone on a whole. For example, on MLK Day, having different ideas come up and different people talking about different experiences and seeing how mature everyone was, and it wasn't like everyone was nitpicking things that people said. It was more, I'm going to listen and actually hear you rather than I'm just going to listen because I have to be here. And for me, it's helped me with becoming more confident in talking about my experiences at Masters. What drove me to write the reflection I shared at the MLK Day Assembly was definitely wanting other people to hear how I felt. I wanted younger Black girls to hear that they don't have to try fit in, or they don't have to do anything. If they feel uncomfortable, they should say it, and they should allow other people to feel comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I also wanted to show other people who probably didn't know that I felt this way, whether it's my Black friends or my non-Black friends, that there are times when I do feel uncomfortable, and many comments do hurt me and hurt my feelings. And I've never been the type of person to go in front of 700 people and say something that sensitive to my personal being. And I think that what drove me to do it is to say basically, I'm a junior, I'm gonna be graduating next year. It's time that like I say what's really been bothering me and I stand up and become more confident.
The bill Adji presented alongside Juan allows identity-based affinity groups easier access to funding for cultural programming.
I think that this bill is very crucial for the education of other cultures and also different aspects of identity for the whole entire school, because a lot of these cultural programs are including the whole school and not just one specific group of people. And it also allows the community to come together and have different events that can celebrate identity and diversity. I would say Black history should stay prominent throughout like forever. It shouldn't be something that's only remembered for just 1 month. It should be considered throughout your whole life, throughout all the months, because there are so many different ways that Black people have contributed to society through like occupations and just like and their intelligence and socially. So I think that it shouldn't just be thought about for 1 month and just be considered throughout forever.
As a Black student leader, I know the amount of hard work that we put into making our community a safe space for students of color. A lot of people don't realize how much behind-the-scenes work goes into making events and bills possible. My purpose in doing this spotlight is to make people aware of the work that goes on behind the scenes and help them appreciate some of the Black student leaders in our community who are making an impact.